First of all, we're going to start with this gorgeous plate of vegetables. I've got all my cucumbers, my red onions, all of my beautiful cherry tomatoes, and these peppers, yellow, orange, and red, ready to go in here. Now, as you can tell, we're going to have a colorful and very nutritious summer dish coming up. So take a little while and make sure you get all these vegetables chopped up first. Now, hey, this is a twofer, okay? Who doesn't love a bargain? We got some bonus at the end of this, so stick around to watch all the fun we're making today. First, we're going to start with a big old square pan. Beautiful. What we're going to be making first is just a little bit of a base layer. Now, what I love to do with something like this is we're going to go ahead and start with just a little bit of hummus. I love the stuff. You can get just classic hummus, which is regular. I also love the red pepper. I love it. Or you can get it with the heavy garlic in there and the pine nuts. So, so nice. But for this one, we're just going to go ahead and use the plain. We're going to go ahead and scoop out the entire container down here in the bottom of our pan. It's really nice. We don't need to grease it or anything, no. Cooking spray, nothing. Because this is going to be a really super simple dish that requires no baking, no oven whatsoever. So you're just going to go ahead and empty that entire container down here into the bottom of your pan. Now, if you've never tried hummus before, I highly recommend it. It is so good for you. It's delicious. It's super high in fiber, and it is usually really easy to spot. If you don't want to get it at your grocery store, you can make your own with just chickpeas and a little bit of olive oil. But we went ahead and got the stuff at the grocery store. And like always, what we're going to do is make sure that we spread it all the way to the corners and to all of the sides in the bottom of our pan. Get it just as smooth as you possibly can, because this is going to be our base layer for a really wonderful situation. Hey, don't be scared to lick that last little dribble on your finger, okay? It's good. Now then, coming up next, we're going to have it's going to be just a little bit of this Faya Greek yogurt. Took me forever to figure out how in the world they say that word. Greek yogurt of any kind is fine, but Faya is really, really nice, and it was on sale, so of course I like to get the kind that's good and cheaper. So you're going to do the same thing, about half of the container down on that, and that's going to make your next layer in this. Be real careful as you're spreading so that you don't get them mixed up if you can help it. Shouldn't be too hard. The consistencies of these two are real different. So that Greek yogurt should spread really easy across the top. Just like I was saying before, make sure you get it all the way to the sides, make it all the way to the corners, okay? Good. Ooh, I love this stuff. Now then, next we got some greens coming in. We're going to put down a layer of this beautiful bright green spinach. So high in iron. It's got natural plant proteins in it, and it's just good for you. Oh my goodness. And you can get this stuff for nearly nothing at the grocery store. Even the organic stuff is relatively reasonable. So you're just going to go ahead and put down a layer of this on top of that. And I don't know about you, but I could always use a leafy green vegetable in my diet. I'm a big meat potatoes man, so anytime I can integrate some vegetables, I consider myself a lucky dude. Same with this. Make sure you get it all the way to the side. We want to make sure that every bite gets every ingredient, okay? So push it all to the corners, to the sides, all that kind of thing. I like to rinse mine before it goes in. It just helps everything kind of like lie down just a little bit easier. On top of that, we're going to put that beautiful red onion. I love this stuff because it's got a really vibrant flavor, a beautiful color to it, and it also puts just a whole lot of pungent and punch into anything that you do. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring our rainbow vegetables over here to add them because A, they're beautiful, and B, it's just a whole lot easier than trying to reach across the kitchen for them every time I need them. But we're just going to go ahead and layer these up, just pretty as you please. We're going to start with our purple, and then we're going to go from there. I love this part because it's just one of those things where I don't think we get nearly enough pretty in our diet. Is that okay to say? I think so. You know, we eat a lot of things that are delicious, but it's just so funny because so many of these things come out of the oven or come out of the crock pot, and they're brown or orange or yellow. And whenever we make something like this, it is light, it is fresh, it is just brand new, and every bite just bursts with flavor. Oh, I love it. Not to mention the fact, eating something beautiful is a treat in and of itself. So we've got our tomatoes in there. We're working with the peppers now, the yellows, the oranges, the reds. It's just beautiful. Look at that, how pretty. And every single one of these bites is going to give you a multitude of textures and flavors. It is just so beautiful. We're going to put these cucumbers right here on top. Dice them as finely as you can without kind of crushing them. I find that usually like a 1/4-inch cube is usually a really good size for something like that. Perfect. I wish you'd look at that. How beautiful. Oh my goodness, I love it. And every single one of these are fresh from the garden or the farmer's market. Every single one of them. So we didn't have to buy very much at all. Now on top of that, we're going to put these beautiful black Kalamata olives, okay? I love these because up to this point, we haven't had a ton of seasoning. So these Kalamata olives are really good for giving it a really bold flavor as well as a good bit of salt, just to make sure that we're dealing with something that isn't just completely lacking seasoning, okay? Now we'll go ahead and get this chopping board out of here for the time being, and we'll get back to work on this. Now, the main body is done. What we're going to do now is get us a little bit of feta for the chip, for the topping. Ooh, I love this stuff. Again, we're talking about something that's going to give you just a little bit of seasoning and also a little bit more texture. And y'all know me, I love cheese. Any kind of excuse to use dairy, I'm here for it all day long. And just like any other ingredient, especially when it comes to our dairy, our cheese, or our butter, please don't be stingy. Be super generous with this. It's going to go over the top. It's going to be wonderful. If a guest or anybody doesn't like it, it's real easy to remove. So yeah, go ahead. Go crazy. And then how are we going to get this from plate to mouth? Pita chips, of course. What we got is this beautiful, fresh Greek salad dip. And we're just going to use these pita triangles to get them for the chips. Now, some people prefer something like a tortilla chip or a scoop or something like that. Also perfectly fine. But I tell you what, these pita chips really make for a beautiful way of getting it from plate to mouth. And here comes some of that bonus I was telling you about. Next, we're going to take a to-go container, and we're going to put all of those extra spare vegetables we had left over from the dip and just put them in here for a beautiful, fresh, and colorful Greek salad. The cucumbers, put in those peppers. Please don't waste any of these things. That red onion, all of that beautiful tomato, all of it goes right inside, okay? Hey, we're even going to have some of those olives left over too, so throw those in because gosh knows they are absolutely wonderful. Hey, no such thing as too many. And then just a little bit more of that feta, okay? It's going to go right there on top. Beautiful. Perfect. Now, just like any good salad, it's already got a little bit of the olive oil on it. We're going to go ahead and put this lid on top, and you can give it a good shake, and it's going to be absolutely perfect for whenever it comes time for after workout or lunch hour. Eat up, y'all.